Hello cartooners. So we got a cartoon version of this car here in the photos, and we're going to do a wheel swap because these WORDC wheels actually look kind of like these gold wheels here. So let's get into this guy. I bought this used, no packaging or anything like that. This is called a Toyota TS010, and I guess this came about because there were some rule changes in the World Sports Car Championship in '92. So Toyota had to create a new 3.5 liter V10 engine and a whole new car for it to go into. And then this competed in the World Sports Car Championship in late '91 through '93, and it also competed at Le Mans for the 24-hour race. In 10 races that it entered, it won 3 of the races, so that's pretty good actually, I think. Okay, and that's really all I learned. I don't have a 1/64 scale version of this car either, so it's interesting that I can, learn about cars by collecting these toys. And I couldn't find anyone that actually had a KitKat thing, but ChoroQ, the brand that made this toy, well, technically Takara Tomitech made this toy. The line of products is called Choro-Q. They had a set of KitKat cars, and this thing came from that set. So someone broke up the set to sell me this thing. Interesting. Okay. So this time around, we're going to swap the wheels out first, and then we'll look at the thing. Because these are your standard ChoroQ 5-spokes. I'm going to just pop these in with some Potafix Pro Putty. I'm not even going to use the axles. So, but what I am going to fill in is this little gap, so I don't need to use as much putty. So that snaps in. Okay, now, so what's going on here? I got to put this back in place. I guess it goes like that. Alright. So you'll see there's a smoked canopy, and then the rest of the body is just solid red. Alright, so that's good. Okay, so you'll see I just used this Potafix Pro Putty, and this is the way it looks with the stock WORDC tires. It won't fill in this gap even though it's touching the base. So I'm not sure if that's gonna work. It looks weird to have such a big wheel gap. So let me come back, and I'm gonna try to put the ChoroQ tires on these wheels. Okay, here it is with the ChoroQ tires, and they're definitely better. It fills in the wheel well quite a bit more, right? So that's the way to go. It does stretch out the tires quite a bit, so I'm not sure what's going to happen long term, if it's just going to crack the tires or what. So we don't know. Luckily I have plenty more ChoroQ tires that I can live with it. Alright, so for a 1/64 scale comparison, this is a Sparky model. It's a TS050, so much more modern Toyota race car. But you can still kind of see the cockpits are kind of similar. Airplane style cockpits. And a giant rear wing. Yeah, ready? A couple ChoroQs here. I have a Mazda 5. It's an RX-7 252i. It was a interesting Mazda that ran in the silhouette class. Tried to compete in Le Mans, but it wasn't able to qualify. But I still think it looks like a pretty cool toy. Later on, I guess Mazda did win the 24 Hours of Le Mans with the 787B, so that's a great one. And then this is a Skyline Silhouette Racer, the very first ChoroQ Zero, and I did 3D printed wheels on all those other ChoroQs. So that is my, I guess, race car collection from ChoroQ. Alright, well, let's let this guy spin on its own. Yes, these solar spinners take a long time to start up. Alright. Okay, well, you know, ideally I would have gotten this casting with a race livery on it, but you gotta go with what you can get. Oh, you know, we should probably actually just review it. Alright, let's see. There's not much to look at being a cartoon, but why not? Let's go back and do this. So it's casted in red, as we saw. It's got this KitKat livery because it came from a KitKat set. This is a real event, I think. So that's pretty neat, actually. It's got really tight panel gaps. No black paint there in the NACA ducts, though. So that's too bad. No black paint in these vents up here. But how old is this? 92? I think that's what, or is that saying 82? It's 92. So this is quite an old toy, actually. This might be the oldest one I have. Alright, it's the HG, which I think means high grade, which kind of makes sense. If you look up old Choro-Qs, they're not even painted. They're just like a, you know, raw plastic. So this is definitely better than usual for its day, I think. The tail end, some indication of lights, but no extra paint. And then the KitKat sticker there. Alright. I do like that it has mirrors, so that's pretty cool. Alright, so that's the review. So, nice to learn that I actually got a really old one, 92, wow. And yet the paint is still in great condition. I have had a few Choro-Qs where the paint is cracked due to its age, but this one, not a problem. Maybe that's actually raw. No, it looks like it is painted because there's a little contaminant on the wing. I thought for a second it might be raw red plastic, but no, it's gotta be painted. Alright, well, until the next race car comes in, I'll be seeing you in the cartoons. Bye.